Hi, I'm Steve Bates from The People with the predictions for the second weekend of the new Premier League season. First up, we have Arsenal-Blackpool. Blackpool had a fantastic opening day, as we all know. 39 years away from the top league, and then they come back with a fantastic win at Wigan. But I think there's absolutely no chance of them repeating that this week at Arsenal. Arsenal formidable at the Emirates, and I can only see them winning, and maybe by a few goals as well in this one. So home win there. Birmingham-Blackburn next one. Tough game really for Blackburn to go to Birmingham. Birmingham, really dogged and resilient as they showed last season. I suspect this is going to be a draw. Everton-Wolves. Everton got high hopes this season. Everybody's tipping them to have a very good season. And possibly even match or even better Liverpool if they can keep all their big players fit. They've got Arteta back now and Cahill fit again, so if they manage to steer clear of major injuries, I'm sure they're going to have David Moyes' team are going to have a good season, and I think they've got to have enough firepower at Goodison to beat Wolves, so home win. Next one up is Fulham-Manchester United. Manchester United looked pretty useful against Newcastle. Played some lovely football. Paul Scholes obviously in great form at the minute. Whether he'll play in this one or not, I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to play in all the games along with Ryan Giggs, but certainly in the form he's in at the minute, it would be tough to drop him. United have had a difficult time at Fulham the last couple of seasons. Suffered a couple of heavy defeats, particularly last season when obviously their defence was ripped apart by injuries and they had to play a couple of midfield players in the back four. Fulham won that day. I think Manchester United will be very aware of the dangers of going to Craven Cottage, so I'm going to plump for an away win on this occasion. Next up, Manchester City, Liverpool. Again, another tight one to call this. Liverpool almost got away with a win on their opening day against Arsenal. Manchester City had a bit of a torrid time down at Spurs. Joe Hart saved them on a few occasions. I think the onus will be on City this time to come out and attack and go for the win. But I think Liverpool under Hodgson are going to be quite solid and organised. I'm going to go for a draw on this one. Newcastle Villa next up. I saw Newcastle on Monday at Manchester United. I was quite impressed with them really. I thought Andy Carroll led the line really well up front, and he's going to be a handful for maybe some of the lesser teams. I think goals are going to be a problem for Newcastle, particularly when they play the top 6, top 7 sides in the Barclays Premier League. So I'm going to go for an away win here for Aston Villa, despite the fact that they're still obviously reeling from the loss of Martin O'Neill. So an away win for Villa. Stoke-Tottenham next. Stoke have had the Indian sign over the Tottenham last couple of seasons a little bit, and I can see them actually pulling off another win at the Britannia. Tottenham obviously had the bit of a shaker in midweek in Switzerland and in the Champions League qualifier. Probably would have taken quite a bit out of them because of the focus and the onus of and the expectation of getting into the Champions League after finishing 4th last season. So I'm going Stoke for a win here. I think it's a good time to catch Tottenham. West Brom Sunderland next up. I think Sunderland again, Steve Bruce has made some sort of good acquisitions this summer. They haven't still quite got it together for all the sort of decent firepower they've got there, but I can see them having some success at West Brom, and it's the type of game where Sunderland's Premier League experience of the last 2 or 3 years and their quality will tell, and I think they're going to pick up a win there at West Brom, so away win for Sunderland. West Ham Bolton, and again another one, a tough game to call really. Bolton dogged, resilient as we know. West Ham, the onus will be on them to attack at home. Avram Grant, I'm sure, will want to pick up a home win here, and I think he will get his wish there, and I can see West Ham winning that one, maybe only by the odd goal, but I think a home win for West Ham. Finally, Wigan-Chelsea. It's been a nightmare start for Wigan with that defeat against Blackpool on the opening day, and I can't see it getting any better really with them now facing Chelsea. Chelsea obviously put 8 past them on the final day of last season, which will still be, I would imagine, uppermost in Wigan's minds. they won't want another repeat of that. But Chelsea do look very strong, and the way they demolished West Brom on the opening day last week at Stamford Bridge was very impressive indeed. Obviously Chelsea have still got all their big guns, Drogba, Lampard, Terry, and I can see with Essien back, I can see them really sort of being too strong for Wigan, so an away win.